Hey guys, we're jumping straight into the video. This is my makeup kit. I am an actual makeup artist where I live. So this is my kit. This is a piece of it. This is where I take to travel to my clients. So I changed out all the colors and stuff, and we're gonna do my face today, and we're gonna go from there. Hey. So we had to speed this video up because it was extremely long, and it's still long, but hey, it is what it is. So this is me just playing with my wig, trying to figure out if I need to pull it back or pull it up, showing you my eyebrows. I do have a unibrow at this moment, little mustache, and some facial hair that you really want to remove when you're doing your makeup, but hey, it's okay. I'm a makeup artist, so I know how to maneuver and work with it. But if you're not a makeup artist, you kind of want to make sure you shave your face before you get your makeup done, because it definitely will play a role in how it sits on your face. So that was just some collagen serum that I'm going to put on as a primer that I'm wiping my face with the makeup wipes, just to get off any dirt or buildup from throughout the day. See, they're just a little bit. I did have my makeup yesterday, so it shouldn't be that much on my face. Using my fan to just dry it. Putting on my collagen serum. I'm using this as my primer. If you don't have that, that is fine. Use whatever primer that you have. But I like the way it is tacky on my skin. One side setting powder to put on my eyebrows to dry up any of the oil that came from the collagen mask. This just helps the eyebrow pencil go on a little bit more smoothly. So I'm taking a little fluffy Real Technique brush and just brushing that on my eyebrows. Now I'm taking an e.l.f. pencil. I don't like the color of the brown that I got, so I'm just using the brush on that one. You can use the Morphe one as well. And then I just use the LA Girls color, dark brown. I think it's a lip liner slash eyeliner, I believe. I use it for my eyebrows, so you can get them at the dollar store. It's literally like $1 for like a pack of 2. And I've been using that for years. I really like the color of it. And that's also my lip liner. So yep, you just brush on your eyebrows and go from there. At this step, once you clean it up, it'll make it obviously look better, but I get messy with mine. It's better to overdraw your brows and clean it up than to not put enough on, and then it's looking like you have like a bare face. So this is just what I do. You also want to make your eyebrows, the tail of it kind of go upwards versus like coming down, because it literally can lift your face depending on the shape of your eyebrow. Like, I have to make another video showing you guys the difference. Then I'm just taking a flat brush. This is from, it was called Rich Girl, but what's her name? I ordered those from a lady off Instagram. I forgot her name, but Rich Girl Co. is her company. I got a whole bunch of little flat brushes. So I'm going to be using that one to put on my concealer and my foundation. So now I'm just using the Tarte concealer, and I think that was medium sand. I usually like tan sand, and I use the LA Pro Girls color concealer, and I think the shade was fawn, and I mixed them together. I literally cannot find my perfect shade, and I'm a makeup artist, so I think I just don't have one at this point. So I'm always having to mix colors together. I just have a different, I don't even know if it's neutral kind of skin tone. Sometimes I'm orange, sometimes I'm dull. I just don't know, just depending on the winter, spring, summer, fall. So I'm always mixing colors for me. But that's what I use for those two. Taking that flat brush, literally just going to go right up under and clean it up. And then I'm grabbing another Real Techniques brush. This actually came in a kit. I think it was like $19.99 for a set of like 4 or 5. It has that fluffy flat brush and like I think 3 other ones and the sponge. It came with the whole little set. So that's the brush that came in there. I think the number might be 402. I don't remember. Don't get me the line. I have to look at it, y'all. I'm sorry if that's not right. And you just fluff that out, blend it down and blend it out, so that way it's not super harsh right there in between your eyebrows and like on the edge of your eyes. So I use NARS foundations for my clients. I just like how it gets that radiant glow. So that was the shade New Caledonia. That's actually very dark for me. So if you see on this Sephora bag, I have some samples left. I use the shade, and it's still not my perfect shade, but I use the shade Macau. And then the shade Maria was the other shade. And that one is a little too yellow for me as well. But mixing the two together kind of gives a different, I don't know, makes it's a little bit lighter, so it kind of matches my skin tone a little bit more. I also like mixing Macau with the shade Aruba. That's a little, it kind of softens the color a little bit more versus this one is a little bit more yellow for me. So to blend out the foundation, I also use another Real Techniques brush. I don't remember what number that is, and also use the e.l.f. fluffy one. I don't even know which brush that is either. I just saw it at the store, picked it up. But I like using these instead of sponges now. And I'm just taking the foundation with a different flat brush. And I'm kind of rubbing it on my face. I think that's probably not the right way to do it. But for me, it works. So I don't know. I don't like using a sponge anymore because I feel like it takes up a lot of the product. Versus the brush, for me, gives more of a skin-like finish. Versus the sponge just kind of makes it like just pat it on there, if that makes sense. So I like using brushes now, now that I'm more experienced in makeup. And you just buff that out. You don't want to rub it out, like streak it. I'm kind of patting it against my face and like moving it at the same time. I don't really know how to explain. You kind of just have to watch my hand movements. But it's like you gotta you're just kind of beating it in like you're doing a sponge, but it's actually with the brush. But when you tap it on your face, you're like slightly sliding it just a little bit. So now I'm taking a different concealer brush and I'm using the foundation shade to clean up the top of my eyebrows. That's going to give it that clean, kind of crispy look. Then take that foundation brush and just brush out the harsh lines. I did kind of make one brow shape a little different, so I added a little bit more width to that. And then I went back in and cleaned it up a little bit. Now taking those two concealers I mixed together for my brows and we're adding them to my T-zone. I seen the little trick where you add a little bit to your like smile lines and a little bit on your nose. You don't have to do that. I just did it because I seen somebody else do it. For me, I don't really see a difference on my face from what it does. But yeah. So a trick too is when you're adding your concealer under your eye, don't put it in a triangle. That's how we were taught when we first started doing makeup. Like 2016, you do like the triangle under your eye, bring it all the way down to your cheek. That elongates your face. So a new trick to kind of give you that face lift is keep it in that inner corner at the bottom of your eye, and then up toward the end of your eye, like by the end of your eyebrow. Keep it like up there and then blend it out and up, not really more so down, besides to get rid of that harsh line, if that makes sense. Now this step is optional. I really like a bright under eye. For me, I like that look on my face and my skin complexion. So I'm adding more of that way lighter concealer. It's way too light for my skin tone, as you can see. But once it's blended out, like it, I don't know, I just like how it looks on my skin. So you'll see after all this is over. Then you take another fluffy brush that was also in that kit I told you about, and you're just tapping that powder on there. I like putting the powder on with the brush versus the sponge. The sponge kind of just stamps it in place, versus the brush, it's like it makes it more light and it doesn't look so heavy and like caked up on your face. So I like that look for me. And I also do the same technique for my clients. Like it just keeps it real soft and not really built up. I don't bake. For me, I don't feel like I have to, and I don't really like that look. Like literally once you take the pictures and stuff, it just, you can see it's just sitting there. Like, I don't know. I don't like that look for me, and I don't do that for me or my clients. But to each his own. And then, as you will see in a second, I'm adding the same setting powder over my eyelids, because you don't want to put the eyeshadow or whatever you're putting on your eyes on there while it's still wet. It will literally like clump up and get on the brushes and stuff, and just make it look muddy. So right here, you guys can use a pressed powder to add on top of the setting powder. I didn't do that step simply because this is just something extra. I was trying to do a beginner friendly type of style makeup, but usually you would want to add this pressed powder to make it last a little bit longer throughout the day. And you just put it in your T-zone, which is what I just showed you right there. And yeah, that's what you do. But I didn't do that because it still looks good without it. So I actually didn't use any eyeshadow today. Yep, this is my Morphe bronzer in the shade Trailblazer, and I'm taking a little cheap brush. I don't even know where that came from. The other one was a Real Technique brush. I use that one too, but I like how this one feels on my face, and it's more fluffy. And I don't know, I feel like I could put it on. It doesn't stamp it in place. It's really light. So, but it's also an angled brush, and I use that same brush to do my nose contour. I put a little bit on the sides, and then at the tip of my nose, and then along the bridge of my nose to give it that cute little button nose. But then I also take that. This is a trick that really gives that like really soft, pretty look. I use it as an eyeshadow as well. So I'm taking that and I'm like putting it, as you see, I'm putting it like right on my eyelids. But then I take a different darker one in just a second. And yeah, we add that to my lids as well. I just like the color of it. It's really pretty. Now I'm taking the shade Supreme in the Morphe bronzer, and this is way too dark for my skin complexion, but if you use just a little bit, it gives like that. It's gonna deepen up this contour, like you'll be able to see it. It's so cute. Oh my goodness, like, oh, I love it. And actually this kind of gives it more of a blushier look, if that makes sense. That's not even a word, blushier, but it gives, I think, I don't know, on my skin tone, it gives like that kind of pinky hue, but like burgundy-ish. Like you see it on my eyes. That's literally what I use as my eyeshadow for this specific look, and it just kind of, it acts as a contour because it's deeper and it's not my shade. And then also, like, if you see, we went a little bit heavy. We're a little bit heavy-handed on it. So you just take your foundation, brush your sponge, you just go over the spots that look like you have like too much color. So one time I put too much blush on my face before, you just literally take that foundation brush and go over it, and it literally just softens it up. That's it. That way you don't lose no work, because I'm just gonna set my face. That is the NYX setting, the matte setting spray, but I actually love the Charlotte Tilbury one. But I ran out, so it's empty, but that's a $40 bottle, so that one is my favorite, but I literally ran out. I didn't have time to go back to the store. And then that is my One Size waterproof setting spray. I didn't use any of that because I just made this video just for content purposes right now. But if I was going out and about, I definitely would have used that. But we're going to use this little cheap one right now. I'm going to work on getting my content out like a couple times a week because your girl has been slacking. But hey, we ain't doing that no more. You know, it's time to take it serious. You feel me? I'm using my little fan now. And now I'm just taking my Juvia's Place blush palette. Oh, excuse me. I mix shades, so I can't tell you which one I use specifically. I use all three of the ones you see me dip into: the pink, the orange, and the burgundy. I didn't use the dark burgundy. I feel like that one looks like a bruise on my face. But yeah. And I take the little fluffy brush and I get the highlight that's still in that palette as well. But yep. Now time for lips. I'm taking that same LA Girls dollar store pencil, and the way I put it on, I go on the bottom of my lip first and then I rub it in the top. But if you don't have juicy lips like me, then you would need to outline around your lips on the top as well. But you may have to overline the top of your lip if you have like smaller lips. I have juicy lips, so I don't want them looking any bigger than what they do. And then I'm taking that NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Fortune Cookie. And when I put it on, it was a little bit too loud for me. So I took a different shade and I kind of softened it a little bit. And then I added a clear coat of gloss on it, you'll see. This clear gloss is just the Max MAX, not MAC, MAX from the hair store. It's like $1 literally. You can use any clear gloss that you have. I like this one specifically because the gloss and the shine that it gives. But also it's thick. And then I had a little bit too much on. So you just take your lips and go, like you say P, like the letter P really, really hard. And that gets off all the excess in between your lips. And then I'm taking this Juvia's Place palette, Warriors palette. I don't know which one that is, 1, 2, or 3. I don't remember. But I did like a little angled flat brush, and I'm going along the rims of my eyeliner part, I guess I would say. I don't really like using black eyeliner. For me, it makes it look like I got punched in the eye. So, and it's hard to wipe off. A lot of the products I had the Inglot one. Circle little one. It's like waterproof and everything. It barely comes off. So I'm like, no, we're just gonna use eyeshadow. So when it's time to take this off, it comes off very, very easily. And then some mascara to make my eyes pop a little bit. I only put the eyeshadow under my eye because it gives that like real soft, sultry kind of sexy look. When it's like a color underneath the eye to make the eyeball pop a lot more, especially when I have in contacts. So. And then I use the Duo glue. It's the green one. I don't know the difference between the other one. I think it's like a blue and a pink one, but I like the green one. That's one I've been using. I don't even know if I tried the other ones or not, but yeah. And I don't even remember where I got them lashes from. I wore them already. That's why they weren't in a package. So they're used from yesterday and the day before. But yeah, we put them on again because they was cute. And then I'm just putting the eyelash glue on my lids. I feel like that makes it stick more than putting it on the actual lash. You can do both. It'll really be like double, triple sticky if you do it on both. Put it on your lid and on the actual strip. But for me, I like when I put it on my actual skin. I feel like it lasts a lot longer throughout the day that way versus if you put it on a little strip, the wind hits you the wrong way, it's literally gonna fly off. Like, now be careful when you spray your face after you put on mascara, because if it is not dry, it will literally bleed. Oh my goodness, that happened to me before. I had to like redo my whole under eye because it was still wet. So yep, now we're pretty much done. You just take that wet wipe, makeup remover wipe, and I'm cleaning off the back of my hand. I don't know why I didn't get those little sticky things yet that go on the back of your hand so you don't make your hand dirty. And then I pull my wig back up because it was sliding back, y'all. I had to pull it back together. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. We tried to keep this beginner friendly, kind of. If you found value in this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that like button, and stay tuned for the next one. Any requests, just put them in the comments.